Alright, let's talk about something a little different today. You're probably wondering, how does someone with a pre-existing condition end up with a $160,000 payout after a workplace accident? Yeah, you heard that right. Injured worker J did just that, and trust me, this one's a wild ride. So let's rewind to September 4th. Injured worker J is working as a cleaning supervisor. Standard job, right? Supervising cleaners, keeping things tidy. But on this particular day, she's walking through the glass manufacturing company. Yep, that's where this all goes down. And bam! She falls into a 1-foot-deep hole. And who do we thank for that hole? None other than subcontractor G. Now, was it intentional? Definitely not. Could it have been avoided? Well, let's just say subcontractor G might have been a bit more careful with site safety, but let's not jump to conclusions too fast. Here's where things get tricky. Injured worker J already had a pre-existing condition, degenerative hip disease. So when she fell, her right hip, which had been doing all right, started to give her trouble. Pain, reduced mobility, all that. But here's the real kicker. The fall didn't just make her hip worse, it accelerated it. Suddenly, a hip replacement that would have been needed in 5 to 10 years had to happen in 5. Now, what do you think? Was the fall the main cause, or was her body just catching up to her? That's what the court had to figure out. And it wasn't as straightforward as it sounds. This is where the medical experts came in. And let me tell you, they did not all agree. Dr. Withers said, yes, the fall made her hip condition worse. Dr. Hardcastle backed him up, adding, the accident aggravated it, no question. Dr. Slinger went a step further, saying, the fall pushed her hip replacement up by 5 years. Then we had Dr. Home, who wasn't as sure. He thought, maybe some of this is just due to her existing condition, not just the accident. Finally, Dr. Kerr focused on her back, which he said was also affected by the fall, especially because her hip was adding strain. He even suggested that some of the back problems were directly tied to the accident itself. So, not exactly a consensus. But what mattered was this. The court ruled that the accident accelerated her hip problems and made that hip replacement happen sooner. Now let's talk about the money. The final payout was $160,265. How did they get there? Let's break it down. $110,000 for loss of earning capacity, because after the accident, injured worker J couldn't handle the demands of her role anymore. $5,460 for family help, because she needed extra support. $1,000 for future medical costs, $40,000 for pain and suffering, and finally $3,805 for special damages. Don't ask me what those are. Just trust me, they added them in, so that's how you get to $160,000. But it's not just about the money. Let's talk about the impact. 2 of her co-workers, co-worker witness D and supervisor witness M, made it clear that injured worker J was struggling. They described someone who couldn't perform like she used to, her life visibly changed by the accident. And at home, her husband and caregiver son had to step up more. They testified about how much more dependent she'd become after the fall. So what's the takeaway? Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you've got a pre-existing condition. If a workplace accident makes it worse or speeds up something like a major surgery, you're entitled to compensation. This case proves it. Oh, and one last thing. If you're working on a construction site, be careful, like subcontractor G should have been. Check your work site. No one wants to end up in court over a 1-foot hole. That's the story of how a simple fall led to a $160,000 payout. And hey, this is a real case. True story. If it happened to injured worker J, it could happen to anyone. Stay safe out there. Before you go, what would you do if you fell into an uncovered hole at work? Let us know in the comments.